Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. It's late Thursday night. I don't want to be doing these videos, so late in the week. I really want to get these out earlier in the week, and it's just had a weird week this week, so just wasn't able to make it happen like I wanted to. So here we are. I'm going to go ahead and do the second half breakdown, and starting with first play here, let's check out how this goes. And nice little swing pass out to Wells here. This is really one of the first plays like this of the game. I know we keep saying this clip happened to be right before the play. They were showing the replay of the Brooks drop. This is going to be a theme in the second half, and this is one issue I will say I had a little bit of what Satterfield said, where he said, oh, the play calling was the same from the first half as it was in the second half. It really wasn't in terms of a couple aspects. One of them being obviously that, Marshawn Lloyd did not come in the game. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next play and check it out and let it run. How do I have it twice? Weird. Okay. Well, that happens sometimes. Oh, it's just not. Oh, I had to rewind instead of the next one. Okay. That last play was a pass out to the perimeter, and we really didn't see any of that in the first half. And then here you see a handoff with a little fake out to the perimeter, and we really need those perimeter passes. I know a lot of people complain, about how many were being thrown, to where it was like wide receiver screen, the swing pass. A little bit overstated, a little bit of frustration earlier this year, and I think it was a little overstated about how often they were thrown. And I feel like a lot of the reason for those is because we have been good at running the ball up the middle, and to keep the defense from pressuring us up the middle, those passes have been what's opened things up. So the play before this one, we threw a little swing pass out to Wells, and now this play they gotta honor that a little bit more. So it's going to open up the run game. We definitely need those kind of passes. Back spasm. Oh, whoops. Next play, let's get this going for a little bit here. It's going to be a 3rd and 2. Yeah, this is actually a really good play. Yeah, I saw this one brought up actually by Savell Newton. Somebody had copied this play like 3 times back to back, and he goes, see, same play over and over. It wasn't. I mean, it was literally on that clip that he was sharing. It was like the same play just shown 3 times. And how are we going to really complain about this play? Oops. For me, this is a really good play because first we get a little motion, which we've been good with. We also show Marshawn running out in front, not so much a play action, but just once again the little eye candy. So you motion your receiver, then you get Marshawn running out in front of Spencer, where they have to kind of honor that, and then the play's kind of flooding to the right side. I had heard somebody say, "Oh well, if Spencer doesn't get rid of it right here or something, there was a bigger play somewhere else." In all honesty, unless you're watching a replay angle or something that I can't see, it's very hard to break that down and say, oh, there was a play somewhere else. And let's have a look at it. Let's see where. Okay, because right now I see number 17, Leggett, coming across the field. I see Bell in the flats right here. He's not open. I see, Stogner coming across. Looks like Stogner. Actually, that's Nate Adkins got held right there. And once again, no flags thrown. It's been all day where our guys are getting held, pulled on, jerked on, and then Cam Smith getting a little ticky-tacky call. It was some bull crap. Yeah, anyway. And then the play's kind of flooding to the right, and you got Leggett coming out there. I mean, I think maybe what they were saying was, oh, there could have been a bigger play to Leggett. And sure, it could have been. It's also a harder pass to make. You're going to have to throw that pass over 3 defenders that are in between you and Leggett. Marshawn's got a head start. You can see this is a really good, smart play. It got a flood going to the right, and Spencer allowed Spencer to move out to the right. And we keep criticizing Marcus Satterfield, he doesn't use Spencer right. Well, we say Spencer's better when he's moving and not having to try to navigate the pocket. And this play was designed so Spencer can move off to the right, which would be the stronger side of his passing game if he's on the move. If he's moving to the left as a right-handed quarterback, he has to throw across his body to make that pass versus when he's rolling out to the right. And the result of the play is really good here. So anybody complaining about this play, it's just, I can't even get with complaining about that one. I can't understand the complaint. Let's get to the next one. This is just a replay angle of that. This is a quick developing play. Everybody's always complaining that it was a slow developing play, but that was a quick developing play that set up, a really nice first down for us in a short yardage situation. Very good play. I can't even believe somebody is picking at that one. Just crazy. It's just crazy that somebody's picking at that play. Okay, so what do we see here? Obviously Spencer gets sacked. And let's see where this comes from. Okay, so our left tackle has a couple times in this game allowed the defensive end to blow by him. Nothing really Spencer did wrong here. If you look at the numbers, sometimes I'll put these, sometimes I've addressed sacks as being on Spencer for, having happy feet and not using his pocket, but he did what he was supposed to. He had a pocket forming. I don't really see any. There was one receiver maybe right. Okay, of course it's not going to back up now. Okay. You'll see one receiver streaking down the middle that might be open for a moment right here. Is that Wells? Spencer could have hit them. Let's be clear here. There's a hole. There's a seam right here. Now Spencer's going to have to pass it over. I can't see other things, I can't know exactly, but it looked like there might have been a pass open right there. So maybe Spencer did miss an open guy. We do continue to have that critique of Spencer. It keeps popping up. We've heard, Satterfield's not calling up plays down the middle of the field, and yet, you'll also hear other people go, there's plays in the middle of the field, Spencer's not finding them. I don't want to critique this too much. I can't see what's behind Wells right there. I don't know what other defenders are there. It might not, it might not look as open from this angle as we can, believe it to be. So it's hard to sit there and go, oh, he missed a guy right there. He could have missed a guy right there. But definitely our left tackle, that was on our left tackle as far as not keeping his block. At the same time, I don't want to just say, oh, it's on the left tackle. Always remember, it is that defensive's end job to get to the quarterback. And sometimes they're going to win their one-on-one matchup, and sometimes they're not. It's just the way the game is. And you can't just go, oh, well, our left tackle there was just complete garbage, and I can't believe he let the guy get through. It's going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. You can't not have people get through sometimes. We've gotten through against Georgia, Arkansas, tough opponents this year, and we've had our guys, break through. And you say, oh, their linemen were garbage. No, they had some of the toughest O-lines we've seen all year. So next play now, and then we are obviously behind the stick. So, okay, this was a pass interference. Okay. We can't blame anybody here. Not play calling. The pass is down the middle of the field. There's a pass in the middle of the field. What? This is actually a slant. This is a quick slant to Austin Stogner. And we complain, one of the number one things we hear all the time is there's no quick slants. There's no quick slants. This was a quick slant to Austin Stogner, and he got held. This was pass interference that wasn't called yet again. So this one's on the refs. The refs were definitely trying to keep Texas A&M in this game. I don't care what anybody says. Refs have bias in games. The refs came into this game thinking that A&M is the better team and they should be winning it, and they called it in that way. They kept those guys in this game a lot. They kept them in this game. Is this the same play again? Oh wait, no, this is 3rd and 11 now. Oh, sweet play. This is the one that goes to Bell and breaks. And guys, this is a simple drag route. Once again, this is a lot like the play calling to uh, we've seen it to Brooks, where he's dragging across the field, and it's slightly different because the ones that were going to Brooks, before it was like a flood to the other side with Brooks dragging across, where it was like nobody over there. If you notice this one, and we'll see the replay angle here, actually, I believe, yeah, you're going to see Marshawn. He's basically setting a pick here in some ways. He's going in position. This was a design play to Bell that we said we don't do. We don't design plays to Bell. This was the design play to Bell. Marshawn is in position, looking to be receiving, but knowing that he's going to be blocking. If anything, right there, Van's the one person that maybe messed up, and hey, Bell makes the play, and I criticized him for that earlier in the first half. Said that Bell needed to pull away from that one guy. He had a drop, right after it, and then he got a 4-yard catch, but it was like a guy pulled him down by his leg. I felt like he should have got away from that. This time, Bell makes the play. And so sometimes, when we hear the difference in the first half and the second half was execution, in this particular case, definitely Bell's execution here made the difference. Bell making the play, because he could have just as easily been stopped right there. Once again, here we go. Wide receiver screen. Things we keep complaining about. And honestly, blocking breaks down. Stogner did not do a great job on the block here. Enough, though. Enough. It wasn't a great block by Stogner, but if you look, he gets just enough block on the guy to give Wells an angle to where he can break the tackle and make a productive play out of it, because this could have got shut down in the backfield. So Stogner makes just enough of a block, Wells makes just enough of a play, and now by running this play, we start to set up this perimeter game more, to where our runs are going to work down the middle. And I think this was one of the biggest difference in the second half, was setting up some perimeter throws, to where and who's in here? CBS. And again, CBS blocked me on Twitter because he didn't like that I asked why it was, him running the ball so much early in the game over Marshawn Lloyd. And guys, I love CBS. He's a great physical runner. I love his interviews. I'm sorry that the kid blocked me, because if you hadn't have, you would have probably caught some great stuff from me. But you're on Twitter and you make a comment, and that's the one they see. They tend to block you. Spencer blocked me too. It's hilarious. And Spencer and Coach Satterfield have gotten the most of my critique this year. Spencer specifically, and honestly, not to because I wanted. Because I don't believe in Spencer. I think the kid's amazing. Now here, I do think CBS overthinks this. Tries to cut it back, and he just probably needed to follow his blockers over to the right. Now that is the difference between him and Marshawn. And talking about that, that's also the difference for Marshawn himself. Earlier in the season, Marshawn was struggling to be patient and look for the holes. And the big difference to me in Marshawn's running right now has been that he's more patient looking for the holes. I think Marshawn would have found a hole there to the right side of this and got the first down. I even heard, I believe it was Coach Beamer, talk about this. I don't know. It's probably this play specifically, because this is the only one that really sticks out like that, where he says CBS knows that he just needed to get the first down right there. He was trying to make a big play, or trying to make a bigger play than he needed in a 3rd and 1 situation. I still, obviously, you're going to hear me say, hey, I have issues with lining it up in shotgun in these 3rd and 1 situations and handing the ball off. It just sometimes, if you're going to run the ball, it just doesn't make sense to go from shotgun in these scenarios so frequently, especially considering we've had a lot of success in uh, ace formation. All of a sudden, we're kind of abandoning that formation, and we're going to a lot more shotgun. I don't know exactly why we've decided to go to so much shotgun. Maybe just because Spencer himself is more comfortable in the system now, and that was always the plan. I don't know, but I do feel like we're getting away from the ace formation now, and it has been a successful one for us. Let's see what happens. They're showing the replay here. Yeah, I know it doesn't look like much, but there was some room on the right side here. Yep, there was a little bit. There was room enough to potentially get the first down, just following the blockers there. And just remember, he needed 1. He didn't need 10. He didn't need to necessarily bounce this to the outside. So, when it comes down to it, I feel like CBS messed this one up a little bit. But hey, players are gonna make, it's gonna happen, guys. Once again, we cannot go back and fault everything on the OC when a player doesn't make a play. Sometimes that's what happens. The players don't make the play. And we say that they say that all the time. Does it come down to execution? Yeah, sometimes it just does. Sometimes no matter how much the OC sets you up for success, if you don't go out and execute, you're gonna fail, and it's gonna come back and look bad on the OC one way or the other. So and we have to know that, and Satterfield also has to know that, and here, you know, exactly what I said too. Though, if you watch this play, it's very similar, very similar to the one CBS just ran, and wasn't a lot of room there, but Marshawn got a gain or a back to the line there. He didn't lose yards versus trying to bounce it out. And sometimes that's more important. Obviously in the 3rd and 1, you got to get the first down, so you're going to try to do a little extra. But in that particular play right there, it was better for him to just follow and get what he could. He got a yard out of it. Might have been a first down. Might have been just enough for the first down. Actually, if you look at this, that's that difference. That's that difference. It's odd that was the next play that came up for us to see. This was a dime. I mean, what do you say about this play? I keep hearing, well, why are we letting Stogner up on the outside? Hell, I've said the same thing. Why are we letting Stogner up on the outside? The guy's just so versatile. He really is. I mean, we talk about, Jaheim Bell, and I'm not trying to take anything away from that kid. I definitely, think he's not seen enough snaps. I call for a lot of stuff for Jaheim. As well, but at the same time, don't underestimate this young man Stogner. He's an amazing tight end. It's a great play right there. Put him out wide to set him up on a cornerback, so that he'll have a big physical advantage. Huge play, huge play. Smart play design, honestly. Smart play design. Let's make sure I didn't miss something here. All right, so I mean, and let's look at this, because you'll hear people go, "Well, Marshawn gets hit in the backfield. That's not good O-line." Let's check out what happens. And in this scenario, yeah, the blocking kind of failed. Because they do miss a guy on the line. They're doubling up on 34 there, and the other guy slips through. But then we go back, and I heard Chris Phillips say one time, "Are you telling me the difference is just Marshawn breaking a run sometimes?" And yeah, sometimes that's the difference. Sometimes that's what it takes for elite teams to be elite, because every person on the team is not going to be perfect at times, and sometimes it just takes that elite player making that elite play. Guys, no championship team goes through a game. Alabama, Georgia, nobody goes through a game and doesn't miss a block sometimes. Yeah, this time a block was kind of missed, and Marshawn makes the play out of it. So that can definitely be the difference sometimes. I mean, it is what it is. You can overanalyze that to death. Yeah, how many times today have I said, "Hey, the O-line was the issue"? What, twice now? Or between this video and the first half video, and now we're doing the second half. But once again, we hand it off. Marshawn powers it through. Was there any blocking issues here? Let's check that one out. Was there any missed blocks? Did he get, No, O-line blocked well. I mean, you can see a guy in the backfield a little bit there, but he was being blocked. So, yeah, the hole opened up. And I contribute a lot of this to the fact that we started getting our perimeter passing game going, because now they're having to watch for that. They can't just sell out for the run, and that's very important. 3rd and 1. All right, what do we got going on here? Let's get this moving forward. Boom. Oh, I loved this play. Now, this is like a power I, a strong I formation, okay, where this back is offset. Typically, it'd be a fullback in the position where Marshawn just ran from. Actually, Bell is in the backfield. That's hilarious. Oh, this is great. Okay, I am loving this play even more the more I look at it. I'm going to tell you why. Because every time we have put Bell in the backfield in that position, the handoff goes to him. This time it did not. This time the ball went to the guy in the front. The defense was not prepared for it. I guarantee you they were keying in on Bell, because we've done so many short down situations where Bell's in the backfield and he gets the ball. And this time Bell's in the backfield, does not get the ball. Perfect. Love it. I love this. This was somebody's going to point to and say, yeah, somebody else other than Satterfield called this play. But come on, guys. This is his package. I mean, look at it. Tight ends, all over the place. He's got 2 tight ends in that aren't even Austin Stogner's. Atkins, and I don't know this other guy's name. I need to learn his name. That they throw him in that jersey. He looks like me running around with a crop top. Not as cute and sexy, but hey, whatever. But he yeah, cool there. Good play. I liked it when I saw it the first time. I love it even more now that I just dissected it. It's amazing what you see when you really break the plays down. All right. Oof. And see, once again, they gave that look of a perimeter pass. Okay. And that's what really, obviously Marshawn makes a huge play, individual effort on this one, because obviously it does require him to break a tackle. But once again, Marshawn's doing it. That's what, that's what's got to happen. I love it. But this play doesn't happen if we're not hadn't thrown out a few of those perimeter passes out to the sides. Only a couple that we've done, but just enough to make see how the guys are out there are very aggressive. They think the play's coming out there like, oh, it's a screen play. Nope. It was a handoff from the get-go. It wasn't a play action screen or anything like that. But we got them looking at it. Could have even been an RPO. Who knows? That's one of those things that sometimes you don't know if it's an RPO. There's nothing that really tipped it off to me, like in the first series of the game where those were probably RPOs because of the way the line was blocking. It was just a standard, straightforward block. They didn't pull it either direction. So, it could actually have been RPO because of that reason, because obviously the run went to the left, but the blocking did not. So, potentially, it could have been RPO there that Spencer made a good read on. Because, look, actually, it very well may have been RPO. It very well may have been RPO. Because watch Spencer as he looks up to the, he's looking. He is reading this, and he doesn't pull the ball, but he finishes giving it to Marshawn. But he may have been looking for Wells right there. The pass option may have been to Wells right there, but he sees that that's not going to happen, and he pulls and gives the ball to Marshawn, and it pays big dividends. Nice. Can't argue with that, right? And granted, a little bit of that was obviously, you know, Marshawn making a great individual effort. Now, this play killed us, obviously, and you want to see just go ahead and hand the ball off. I will say, as far as my critique, a little bit of sad. He's been running a lot of first down passes in this game. Not enough runs on first down, and here we go again. Coach Beamer alluded to the fact that this could have been an RPO. Marshawn could have potentially had some yards there if the play went to him, if that was the case, if there was the option to pass. There's also, though, and he also said Spencer didn't get rid of the ball fast enough. I mean, that's from the coach. If you notice, Amarian Brown's up there in the flats. There's nobody around him. I'm sure his defender's probably, because you'll see his defender closing quickly as the play, but there was a guy there. And Spencer waited, Coach Beamer said he waited too long. At the same time, I'm not going to take away the fact that this guy did not hold up his block. Again, this is twice in the game now. He has allowed the defender to come by a little too easily and pressure our quarterback. So, and honestly, it was breaking down on the other side as well. So, a little bit of bad blocking there. Spencer probably could have gotten rid of the ball or potentially handed it off, and that could have been a positive play. As much as Coach Beamer wants to say it wasn't the O-line on this particular play, that was the O-line. I mean, but that's also, that was the defensive line. They did their job. We can't always go, oh, our O-line did a bad job. I mean, 3 plays that I've called out in the entire game where I was like, oh, the O-line didn't do a great job of blocking right there. It's going to happen. The defense isn't supposed to just sit there and be blocked. They have a job to do as well. And this is, even though I have said that Texas A&M has a weaker D-line and a stronger secondary, they have incredible talent on that team. Come on, guys. We all know what Texas A&M has over there. So they have the player. Hell, he was getting held right there too. I mean, the guy was getting held right there. So, I mean, hey. And they're showing the big play from earlier again. Why? I don't know. What happened here? Well, this is only the third quarter. I don't have all the footage I need. Crap. Alright, well,